despite the time of the year, is I can't think of something witty. This is Rice.
And Ghost.
This is MGT Cast, the 9-year edition.
The
So,
ninth year.
the 9-year edition. You know, most people would be like, they do it in like, 5-year increments. In one, we definitely use
Right.
that 5-year increment. Um, and two, it's kind of just lending itself because it's been 9 years. It's 9 years today, actually, as of
Yeah.
uh, today, August 20th, 2021. We started our channel August 20th, 2012, actually. So it'll be 10 years next year, and people should just be like, why are you doing a 9-year special when you never really did anything like anniversary ish?
Right.
I wanted to do one this year, and likely we'll do one next year because that's a more pivotal point than like the 9-year edition, right? Just
Just 9 years.
you don't see what's going on this screen right now. Here, just check this out really fast when you have the time. I'm just gonna put this in here
Put this in here.
so you
I
can
was gonna
so you
say
can
it's like you could just share
so,
your screen on
yeah,
Discord.
and see what's going on over there. You can have fun like those girls are having,
Like those girls are
like
having.
those girls are having,
All right, now I gotta see this.
and just like and feel the power, right? New Day, yes it is.
Power. They're getting it
Just
though.
have. I was gonna put a funnier one in there, but I didn't want to cover the mic or that logo, so here we are. I
There
could
it
switch
is.
it. I could switch it actually, or I could just drag it in. Let's just drag it in. I'm gonna add it. I'm gonna add it right now. I'm gonna drag it in. Here we go. So 9 years. There's that one. I'm gonna cover that one up really quick, and it's just like, no, that one's more fucked up than anything else. But it's like, you know, I guess in a way you're still having fun whether or not it's sadistic fun. No, whatever.
Right.
It don't really matter. The other, oh, I almost deleted the other one, so I'm gonna remove that one. We're gonna go back to the other one because
To
that
the
one's
other
because
one.
that one's funner. But anyway, 9 years, 150 videos. You know, it's funny. Like every couple of months, like when I've been posting videos, sometimes we'll slow down, sometimes we'll speed, sometimes I speed up like a motherfucker, and then like it just fucking goes. And like as of right now, I'm kind of in my like I don't want to say speedy. I've been trying to post at least every day, at least for this past month,
Yeah.
and I think I've been doing all right. I mean, I'm still taking up so much space on my PS5 hard drive with the rest of the
Right.
4K Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War campaign videos. I still got like 3 left to post because my ass wants to post everything in 4K.
In 4K
In
nonetheless.
4K, shit's huge, bro. It's like you would think a long running with fucking with a good old 1080 like 1080 60 frames is like big.
Yeah.
Can be. It just depends on your overall quality, right? Like
Pretty much.
fucking hell, dude. Like, and I noticed too was they put after like honestly, I like the YouTube Studio interface and everything now, like that they have it, like the one that they've been using for the last few years.
Yeah.
I mean, I still like the old one way better, but like they finally put a dark mode on here. So like, they took all the whites out and put the dark grays, the dark gray background.
Right.
Kind of like how you can do for YouTube now, you can put it in dark mode,
Yeah.
and they have that for the creator studio for where you can look at all your content and stuff like that.
Right.
And for like until like a couple months ago, it was still all white, still all blinding mode in the middle of the night when you accidentally click over to that screen when your room is dark.
Well, that's nice.
So here's a question. Seeing as that we're 9 years in, 950,
9 years.
950 videos later, it's weird. It's a nine. There's a nine in there too. Weirdly enough, didn't make it
We're
to
all
a
about the
thousand. We'll make it to
nines.
definitely make it to 1,000 before year 10.
Yeah.
and we could talk about that when it happens. So, and just for the record, I because I thought of this on the fly, and it is not even 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I left Blue Guy out of this, and I'm apologizing for it. I'm definitely gonna bring him in. I'm gonna see if I can bring him in on the 10 on year 10 because that's more special than this. Let's be honest. Like
Yeah.
anniversaries are special, but like the 5 year and the decade anniversary is like way more special. This is kind of just in the middle and fucking in my whim. So you didn't actually you came in later, right? I wouldn't. Do you remember when you came in? I don't remember.
Not really.
I could go through all these videos, but I doubt I'll find it. Actually, you know what? I think it might have been during year 1 or 2 because it was. I don't remember. I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna set the rows per page to 50, and I'm gonna keep going until I can find. You know what? He made a playlist. Let's see.
Yeah, it would have been closer towards that that time of like year one, year two.
No, it was during year 2 because oh actually it just depends. Let me look at the actual. Oh, did I hit the playlist? No. Did I actually hit play? So updated because it was between Nintendo Land and Don't Be Nervous Talking to Girls.
Yeah,
Because I think that's where you came in. One of these two. I don't remember which one, but it was during year 2. Like it was year 2 in progress. Or no, year 1 because it wouldn't have been year 2 until fucking yeah, this was year 1 because from August 2012 to August 2013, that's still year 1. Yeah, you came in like halfway through year 1.
wow,
So you've actually been with us basically the whole time.
the whole time.
So here's now now I'm leading into my question. What is the most favorite thing you did? What is your favorite? What is the favorite thing you've done on this that you remember?
Damn, did I remember? I remember me and Aaron having a lot of fun doing the battles and stuff. Like playing Smash and stuff because I'm not fucking good at Smash whatsoever. So I had a lot of fun doing that and playing with Aaron. That's probably like favorite thing that I did for MGT.
Mine is probably like it's probably during year 1 or year 2. I'm actually going
Yeah,
back. I'm actually shuffling through the videos right now. It's actually more of two things for me. Was uh for one, I don't. Okay, so I'm not huge on platformers at all.
right,
And then he made me play Donkey Kong Country with him all the way to the end.
right.
We had a 24 episode deal going on there, and like he made me play all the way through it. I didn't honestly didn't really care for the game, and I still don't. But like the fact that like the fact that he was just like, oh, you know, he's like, I got you, bro. I'm an expert.
I'm
Like
an expert.
I'm an expert at this game. And the joke is I carried him through most of the game. And
That's
like
pretty good.
and I have to and if I ever go back and watch it and see if I actually claim that as true, for now I'm just gonna say that's true because it's coming
Yeah,
from me and I always tell the truth. I don't ever lie. But which is probably a lie. But
right.
that's one of the things and the two is the start of our cast was one, like my second favorite because it's not it it was a different thing, right?
Yeah,
And like um it kind of offshoot from like because I did what I used to call solo comms and where I was getting used to just talking to myself, you know, and
right.
because that was so hard. Like I could do it way better now, but like it was so hard like back then. Just fucking
Yeah, it's
ridiculous.
just
Just fucking
to have
ridiculous.
something to say.
I still think it's hard for you to do it.
Yeah, for the most part.
Because it always lends itself to you being able to be able to think of things to say. I'm more
Right.
of a cinematic watcher, so like if I'm still, because for me the only thing that still catches me off guard is the is when something interesting happens and I have to hear what it's saying or hear what it sounds like.
Okay.
And then
Yeah.
I stop talking and then I lose I lose my place on the timeline, right?
Right. Hmm.
And for me, like again, like my favorite thing, one of my favorite things was the Donkey Kong run I had with him because it was literally like it was literally a joke with words. The gameplay was good and everything. We finished it, but like
Right.
the running joke was I carried him through it. That was like my favorite thing because he one of my favorite things because you know, granted he was claiming he was an expert. Uh, oh, I'm an expert, and like and then the one of those other things was the cast thing. It was just I was like it was when me and him were just sitting around in the middle of the fucking night and not doing anything,
Right.
just like just on chat, right?
Right.
And then I got it in my head to be like, you know, if we're just gonna sit here and just fucking shoot the shit, might as well shoot the shit and post it online and have something to talk about.
Yeah.
And that's like how that spawned. And at first we were trying not to, you know, we were trying to, we were if anything, we were trying to keep. If we were to catch anyone, we would try to keep them with like videos that or sessions that weren't very long. So hence why we held on to the 15-minute deal for a while. I think it was like,
Right.
let me see, because I'm here looking at all the videos right now, and I was trying to see when we moved away from um 14 15 minutes. I think the first time we, oh no, the first time we broke away from 15 minutes was when cast episode 22 was this was back when I was playing fucking Heroes of the Storm on the regular.
Right.
It was 2015. Actually, it was 2015. It was close to our 3 year anniversary for MGT,
Right.
and it was 41 minutes. It was the kerosene patch notes when he was released.
Okay.
And then afterwards we kind of just we afterwards we kind of just went in and started, and whenever we did I think after that we kind of just let the 15-minute thing go because the next one was, is nostalgia overrated? The now one was 43
Right.
minutes. And I feel like besides the that one and the one that I called the state of the Final Fantasy series, I think those two are like my favorite ones. And I've
Right.
always wanted to do a new, like, is nostalgia overrated, but that's hard to do.
Yeah. Especially because, like, honestly, like nostalgia is it's not overrated. The person, though, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, cuz I
It's
find
personal
things
experience.
nostalgic, and I don't find certain aspects of nostalgia to be overrated at all.
Right.
I'll tell you what we did do though. We every chance we got up until a certain point. I don't remember where we stopped. Oh, I have to keep looking, but we and then we did follow the patch notes whenever a major when a character was released. So we did we did medic.
Right.
Oh yeah, we did have a fucking remake, a Final Fantasy VII remake trailer released cast, which was fun. Um, Valkyria Azure Revolution trailer. That one got hit with a with blocked in certain countries because it had that video in it, and for whatever reason the it's probably because it had probably had a musical had music in it. That's probably why.
Right.
games that we think are classics. Uh, our shortest cast is probably like 4 minutes, and that was the one I did on my own. Not really much of a cast, let's be honest. Uh,
More of just me talking to myself.
and then the 50th episode where I actually put like, I went through and found video game clips and I put them into the cast
Yeah.
for post edit. That's probably the biggest post edit I've done for this channel. I was like, I'm missing the goal here. I was like, I know we did more than one. Actually, I have the whole thing. I have the whole thing in the fucking in a. So this is episode. If I don't want to hit watch. Oops, I didn't mean that. This is actually episode 67, by the way.
Okay.
So 67. The last one we did was the last one I did. I did with my sister actually. Well, with my sisters in the room. Because you remember when I was doing the Pixar movie ranking thing.
Right.
I did one with my sister as well. Well, with my other sister, with both of my sisters in the room because I had done one with my youngest sister and then one with the older of the two. And she elected to call that episode the hot take.
The hot take.
All right, so actually we did episode 14. We did changes to the Heroes of the Storm hot slogs leaderboard.
Yeah.
Um, and then the first one we did was the kerosene patch notes. Medic, and then Dahaka was the last one we did.
Good old Dahaka.
And then unfortunately the last MGT cast that had Aaron when it was 54.
Okay.
It was an ironic video. It was an ironic title though, because that's only really something I talked with him about. It was a waifu thing.
Yeah.
The waifu thing. And as a fan I am, I cannot get into waifus like that. Like it's I don't know. Am I just trying too hard to be normal?
No.
um, that's weird stuff. To be honest with you, that's why that's actually like one of the weirder sides of that community.
Yeah.
You know what I didn't? And I know I did with you at one point was the video game Hall of Fame thing. We actually stopped keeping up with that after 2018. No, I don't even like really.
Yeah.
It's probably because nobody ever really posted anything. No new like at least none that I saw came out for it.
Right.
And then we did that fucking top 300 games of all time.
Right.
Game Informer's top 300 games, an hour and 31 minutes. I was like, which one is? I think that one might be our longest one.
Probably.
Oh no, it's not. Hour and 31 minutes. The one that me, you, and Chris did with the Switch, like we talked about.
Oh
We talked
yeah.
about Switch. What? Actually, I think that might have been. Yeah, that might have been all three of us. No, Switch time was all three of us. What was
Yeah.
this one? It says MGT Cast 59 Switch Woes Esports. You know what? Esports in Paris 2024 and personal stories. That might have been all three of us too.
It's possible.
Yeah. And I did one with Chris called Goblin is Very Strong. That's a manga. Actually, I never told you about that. I was reading a manga a while ago called Goblin is Very Strong. What a fucking title.
Okay.
Um, basically, what it is that normally goblins at the beginning of MMOs and RPGs, they're like trash mobs. Uh,
Yeah.
so this goblin, she uh, so the way that this game this system in this world works is that if anything gets a kill, it gets experience and then eventually levels up.
Right.
Uh, the female goblin who's the main character of the story, she managed to kill enough players and adventurers that she maxed out.
Yeah.
Like we're talking about everything everything in the world is treated on the same scale.
Right.
So like you level up just like the heroes slash adventurers slash players do. Like the monsters do the same if they manage to get experience points, and she did. So she
That's
is
kind of sick.
she's de facto like the strongest character in the story.
Yeah.
She's even stronger than the demon king. So like
So it's just a goblin that actually got to level up.
yeah, so she walks around with her little dagger, and like the funny thing is when she gets a kill on a player or a hero or a an
Right.
adventurer, the way that it works is when they die, a casket appears where they were killed. It goes, and then there's this and then they respawn, right?
Right.
They respawn at like the cathedral or whatever. And one of the running gags is that one of the player girls who's like I guess her friend, and then like and then that girl's friend wants to kill the goblin, but they're not even close to being strong enough. Like out of like you know
Right.
out of that whole thing, and they almost die every time they encounter her.
Okay.
And honestly, I haven't read it in a while, so like it was an ongoing like an ongoing deal at the time. So I have to look it up, which I'm probably gonna do now.
All right.
Now, if there's one thing, like, oh, I was like thinking about it. Like, I was looking up where I could go next with an update for my graphics card on my computer, right? Because I currently have an RX 580, which is like technically back end, right? But it runs fine. Like,
Yeah.
so far, I haven't run into any games that was like, oh my god, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's been able to run every game that I've tried to play on it pretty good. Uh, oh shit, it's still ongoing. Wow.
You're
I'm
like,
gonna
it's still
I'm gonna
going.
read this. So the short description is it says Goblin San accidentally reached level 99 and now she keeps killing heroes. And granted, she makes a lot of money doing so too because she gets drops for
Right.
killing things. And I'm going to favorite this and read it later. Um, but so okay, so what was I just saying? So yeah, graphics cards, right? So like I'm like, where do I go next from here? And everyone, and it's really hard to say because everyone's got preferences and people think one thing is like, nah, man, you should do this, or nah, you should do this. That's the kind of culture people like, the like that people who play on PC like have to be part of.
Yeah.
And then and I have to say, people really don't know how much stuff. Well, probably because they're like older articles, but and then granted, like people are just after any kind of graphics cards they can get.
Yeah.
Like,
Now it's like, whatever I can grab. You know what I
and
mean?
now everything's so goddamn expensive as a result. Like, even used stuff is fucking stupid. Like, we're talking about like the markup, bro.
Yeah. It's crazy out
Like,
there.
like a fucking GTX 1080 Ti. Like 5 years, like 3 or 4 years ago, you could probably get one used condition, taken care of on eBay for like, I don't know, 250.
Right?
But
Like,
now,
not bad.
yeah, I would spend money on that. But now it's like, oh, bro, you want my fucking 1080 Ti, bro? Give me a grand. Like,
Yeah.
like
Crazy. It's so much cheaper right now to just buy a pre-built PC
yeah,
than trying to buy a graphics card. It's so gross.
yeah. And the fucked up part is like for me, it's like I've built my PC, so there's like no point in me like, well, actually, like you said, it's cheaper to fucking to get a pre-built PC with new parts in it
Right.
and like reap those benefits. And it's just like, wow, that's fucking wild to me.
Yeah.
And I want to thank thank the pandemic for that. Um, Speaking of the pandemic, how
Speaking of the pandemic.
how is Nevada right now?
Um, so unfortunately, the area of Nevada that I live in, uh, is a college town.
Ooh, oh yeah, that's right.
So they were like, "All right, guys, if you have a if you're if you vaxxed up, no mask, should be fine. It's all gonna be cool." And everybody was like, "Okay." And then all those kids went back to school, had a party, and then like 90% of the kids that went to that party all got COVID. Uh,
Wow, that's special.
yeah, so there's a huge outbreak. So mask mandates went back on. Yeah,
That's the same for us too. What for? Well, for us, it's California. You know California. You lived out here most of your like 90% of your life
yeah,
already at that point. You know how
pretty much.
California is, right? Like
Yeah,
we were slowly getting back into place. Like even for me, masks came off at work. People like it basically was the California mandate dropped, and they left it up to the locations whether or not they wanted to keep masks indoors only, or masks off for workers and for the public. So a lot of businesses went backwards and was like, hey, masks off.
yeah,
You don't gotta wear a mask unless you want to. Fucking and then some businesses were like, hey, keep your mask on unless you can prove you're vaccinated, that sort of thing. But anyway, fucking Delta variant COVID shot up again.
yeah,
Everyone's pissed off again because masks have to come back on. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry I'm hurting your feelings. Uh,
yeah,
Eventually, masks came back on for work for us. I work at Amazon for one. I work in a delivery station, and our
yeah.
drivers are upset they have to wear masks when they come in the building, when they spend 20 minutes in the building.
Yeah, see that's the part. That's the part that I'm always like upset about is when people get mad about it, and it's like, bro, you just gotta come inside for like a couple seconds. I can wear this motherfucker for like 8 hours, 9 hours at a time. Like, leave me the fuck alone.
Like you go, I was like, is anyone forcing you to wear like your mask at home? Is that why you're
No,
upset?
right?
Man, I be getting fucking uh what is it? Notifications from fucking Reddit every once in a while, and like
Yeah.
one and for whatever reason it pops up hella randomly was is the one is for a Cringetopia, and this dude goes, and it was a post on there. It was like dude was like he was like day 5 of no poop July.
Day 5 of no poop July. That's rough, dude.
I was like, what? It's fucking tripping, bro. Anyway, and it's like and then with the and then with the whole thing with even when like the mask mandates fell off for our state, and then I got fully vaccinated, and like I was still running around with a mask on,
Right.
and I was like, I don't know what the fucking the big deal is. Like it's one of those things too, right? It's uh I'm still I'm still confident that like I do everything that I'm still doing, and I'll be all right.
Yeah.
Obviously I'm not being reckless or anything like that. I mean, you know me, I don't fucking do anything reckless. The fuck am I talking about? The most reckless thing I do is fucking get up out of bed in the morning. No, I'm joking. Go to work.
Go to work.
Oh, speaking of going to work, my sister's boyfriend got into a car accident recently. Totaled his car.
Okay.
Well, his car got totaled. Wasn't his
Yikes.
fault. He was fine, which is what well, he got a mild concussion diagnosed later in the day by the doctor.
Right.
But anyway, so something about because there was like heavy traffic on Vasco,
Right.
and then people doing their little fun illegal U-turns, and he was coming the opposite direction, and then fucking this guy in a big black truck fucking does a U-turn, hits, and then hits him, totals his
Yeah.
shit. Um, but anyway, motherfucker didn't even tell me that he had gotten to an accident. He texts me and goes, "Hey, you work today?" I go, "Yeah." He goes, "Don't take Vasco."
Motherfucker. Yo, so casual.
Yeah, and then
So casual. Hits him with the.
so another thing is like lately my parents have been having health scares, and like I've been getting it in my head and everything.
Right.
That same day, I didn't hear about the accident till later that day. My fucking sisters call me. I let we have this understanding at work that if there's an emergency and you have to go, that you fucking go, right? So my
Yeah. You
so
just drop
and
what
then
you're
and
doing.
then and then my and then everyone knows, like I've tell everybody, I was like, my family don't call me like at work unless it's very important.
Right.
Like they'll text me if it's whatever, but they don't always expect a response. But so they call me,
Hmm.
and then my mom goes, so she goes, "Yeah, so something happened to mom." I was like, "What's going on with mom?" She's like, "Oh, she had like she had a headache or whatever."
Hmm.
My sisters went to go deal with this. My sisters went together to deal with the whole thing with my sister's boyfriend getting into an accident. They told my mom, she was still sleeping, and she told my mom they were leaving, and she was like, "Okay." She woke up. She told me she woke up and she noticed nobody was home. She
Right.
she was talking about like she was up, she blacked out, woke up, or came back, came to. Blacked out is the key word here. Uh, came to,
Keyword blacked out.
came to, and forgot my sisters had left, and she calls my sister, goes, "Where are you?" And she goes, my sister goes, "I went to go." She was, "I told you where we went. We're going to pick him up after pick him up because he got to an accident." Is your sister with you? Like straight up weird shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, that. She told me about this, and I was like, that's alarming. And I was like,
A
I'm
little
going
bit.
home. She calls me at work, and she goes, my sister goes, "Are you busy?" She goes, "Lightweight, what's going on?" And she tells me what happens. I'm like, "Ooh," I'm going home. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
and I think everybody that I work with knows, except for maybe the new people, like the new managers that come in. I tell them, I was like, if my family call me, like while I'm at work during the busy time of
Yeah.
the morning, then something is going on, and something needs to be dealt with. That for one. Good news though, my mom is doing okay. I still am trying to get her to go to the doctor. She seems to think it's a one off, which it could be.
Right. But
I've been
still.
asking her dumb questions every once in a
Right.
while, keeping her on her toes. Uh, that day though, like, she, and then my brother, Jason, he tells me, he goes, "Yeah, I went over there. She seemed okay," and like, yeah, she seemed okay. But anyway, he was like, "So I heard she," and he tells me, he goes like, He goes, yeah. She told me she's gonna go out with her friend later, and I don't think she should go, but she went. Right?
Right.
My mom's stubborn like that. I was like, I still don't think you should go. I was like, I felt like because now I know you're gonna go somewhere and I let you go, my siblings are gonna be upset that I let you go.
Right.
My sisters come home after that before she leaves, and then we're telling her maybe we don't think she should go. But then like my mom is she's very like stubborn, and she just goes, no, I'm going because for one, like this is one of her like really good friends. I don't really know
Right.
this. I don't really know this person. I might have met her a long time ago, but but yeah, like I don't know this person, but she lives in our city. So,
Mm-hmm.
and we were calling her, fucking checking on her and shit.
Yeah.
So on another note, so at the end, my mom's friend came and picked her up, and they went to eat lunch, and then they hung out at her house for a while, and then they came back to our house, right? So
Right.
that that woman that my mom knows she's so my mom's in her early 60s, I want to say, and I want to
Yeah.
say that her friends in the same about the same age group. And this woman, I'm sitting in the living room. I'm playing my Switch in the living room because I have three docks, right? I have two third
Yeah.
party docks and then the Switch, the regular Switch dock that I have in the other room. I have the third I have the one of the two third party ones in the living room, and I'm just playing the Switch on the TV when she comes in, and she sits down and she's talking to my mom, and then I'm playing Smash,
Right.
and then she starts talking about video games. Like she's all like she's like in, bro, like legit.
Yeah.
And she's telling me how she's telling me about how her husband's favorite game of all time is fucking one of his favorite games of all time is Final Fantasy 7.
Right.
Like her son, like she plays games on the regular. She has her own Switch and all this other shit. And it's just like she's talking about like what was that? What was that Final Fantasy game that was like kind of fucking what the hell? Uh, let me search it really quick. Final, and no, I can't spell. Fantasy. World of Final Fantasy. She was talking about how she had lost like her like one of her consoles, like the console she played it on like broke or whatever. Like we're
Yeah.
talking about like lost everything, and like she went as far as to find a fresh copy of like she went as far as to find like to buy a code off of somebody to get a specific thing.
Interesting.
I think she went to, I think it had something to do because I was playing with Sephiroth and she was talking about how in like World of Final Fantasy like she had a Sephiroth, and like she had
Yeah.
Sephiroth in the game, but I guess it was like code, like I guess it was like a special kind of thing, so like she had it, like she got it through a code, and for whatever reason, like I said, something to do with like down to the account levels, like she lost everything, and
Yeah.
so she bought a fresh code from someone so she can get Sephiroth again. I was like, holy shit.
That's too much, bro.
Like straight up, like you know those like those Disney board games, the villains and fucking
Mhm.
like a Marvel and stuff like that. Bro, she
Yeah.
has every single one, and every type of fucking custom piece you can imagine.
That's doing too
Like
much,
off of
man.
Etsy, bro.
Hey, I mean, like, love what you love, right? Who are we?
Like who are we to judge, right? But at the
Yeah,
same
like, I
time,
don't know.
it was kind of funny though. It was like it was unexpected, and she was like, and she looked at my mom. She's like, "Oh, you don't play video games?" She was like, "I was like, she played video games before we were born, like before I was
Yeah.
born. I'm fucking, we're in our 30s now." And I was like,
They put aside childish things.
yeah, that's the thing. It's like, and she was like, "Well, I still play video games. Like, how come you don't play video? Like, And it's like, and I was like, and it was like, well, after they were born and they got a hold of it, it was kind of their thing now.
Yeah.
I mean, and I told her, I was like, well, the best thing about it, I was like, she complained. Like I told her, I was like, my mom complained about it a lot, but like it kept me out of trouble. So it got me in a different kind of trouble, but kept me out of the major trouble.
Right.
You know, you be on that game too much. Get off the game and do some
You be on
dishes
the
or something.
game too much.
You know, like
Yeah.
you need to do some dishes or something. You know what I mean? Vacuum the floor. Fucking, you know, that the
Do something.
chores. You know, the chores. But anyway, it's
Yeah.
like I'm sitting on the basis the fact that like for me, I it kept me out of fucking it kept me out of the trouble with the law. You know, it kept me
Yeah.
out of trouble within, well, not really within school, because that was like one of the reasons why I didn't like, I was like one of those things where it's like I didn't like school in general. I don't think it had really anything to do with video games.
Right.
I mean, my mom would probably beg to differ, but that it be like that sometimes. And the thing, it's like it keeps me doing what I'm doing, like
Right.
despite everything, despite
Which
all of
is
that.
which is like way more important than I think a lot of people realize.
Yeah. You know, and then I got into, you know, and I get into those I got, like, on Tuesday I got into a conversation with my brother, it's with Jason, and like, cuz their family's over on Mondays and Tuesdays, and
Right.
we talk about, you know, we fight a lot about a lot of stupid shit, but like one thing is that like we're talking about like those people who, you know, we're talking about how, well, at first it started from anime, right? Cuz
Yeah.
it's a point of contention now because anime is so mainstream,
Right.
and back when we were growing up, that was like, it went along with video games. That was weird people shit. Uh, but like, it's one thing. It's one thing I confide in. Like, you know, they when, you know, I try to make people understand is that I want people to be. Now, I'm not saying be like me. I just want people
Right.
to you know, act your speed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just like, I mean, you still got those people that are fucking like, they're like weird. So I went to, like, when I went to okay, so there are I, I feel like it's okay to
Hmm.
like dress up and go to, like, you know, see a new movie, right? Like, you know, you
Yeah.
got those people that went to see Harry Potter, like they dressed up in their
Yeah.
robes and they went.
Yeah. Hey man, like whenever I see stuff like that, I'm like, hey man, like have fun.
Yeah,
If you're enjoying it,
so
for
have
sure,
fun. Now
man.
the only thing is like I was because my the older of my two nieces, she's getting into it. She's getting into the anime stuff because, you know, we're all watching these shows and stuff,
Yeah.
and we're talking about, like, you know, groups and clubs and stuff, and it's just like, you know what, do what you got to do, but don't get caught in all that weirdness, bro. That's all I got to say.
Yeah.
Like, stay, like, don't merge into somebody's lane when they're next to you and you be weird like
Yeah.
them. And my and then, you know, my brother tells me, he goes, Jason, he goes like, I don't think it's like that anymore because it's more mainstream. I was like, honestly, you don't understand. Like, this pit hole is deep. It stays deep. And there are still weird ass people out there.
Right.
And it's the same with the game. And I was like, here's the thing, it'll always be like that. And the funny thing is, it doesn't change because the people who make fun of the people that used to make fun of us back then,
Yeah.
they do all the same shit we do now.
Yeah. Now everyone just does it.
Yeah, but then you still got those people who can't let go of the weirdness. And I say,
Right.
as long as you're outrightly normal and just do your thing, it's cool. I'm just saying, don't be weird. Because when
Just don't be weird
I
about it.
went to go see, the second My Hero Academia movie in the theater.
Hmm.
Like, it's cool to, like I said, it's cool to dress up, you know, have a good
Right.
time. But like, these people were just being disruptive. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh yeah.
they were laughing at things that weren't funny and like just being disruptive. And I'm just like, and I was like, there was some funny stuff in that movie, but like, Not everything was funny.
Right.
And I'm just like, man, just don't be weird.
Just stop being weird about it.
Yeah.
Do you, but don't be weird about it.
Yeah. Like I say do you, right? I'm not saying be
Right?
me. I'm saying be do you. Just don't be weird about it.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It's like I've tried to instill something in somebody where it's like they could be comfortable, but then they know where to draw the line. Yeah, that's fucking weird. You know where I draw the line? Is the body pillows with the fucking pictures on them. That's where I draw the
That's my
line.
line.
That's where I draw the line. I will.
We don't do waifu pillows here.
I've never cosplayed. I don't. I've never done those. I don't. I have trouble with the waifu thing. I still don't like to talk about that stuff. The thing that gets me is like when you got a body pillow of an almost naked person on your bed
Yeah.
of a fictional character. See, here's for me. It's like I like characters and everything, but I know the shit's not real.
There's a distinct line where you got to cross it, right?
Yeah.
Like you're you're knowingly now just saying like, nah,
Nah, bro, that's not.
we're together.
Nah,
It's
bro. That
that's real.
I was like, you know what? My bed is where I sleep, bro. Let's be honest.
It's too real. It's too real. I can't just
I
have
get
that in
fucking
there.
turn over and there's a picture next to me. A picture on a pillow. I sent my sister a fucking picture. I sent my sister a fucking picture. I was like, "You want to know the only body pillow that I would approve of? It's a fucking Mountain Dew bottle.
That's
Fucking
pretty
body
sick.
pillow.
That's
The
pretty
only
sick.
fucking body
I'm not gonna
pillow
lie.
I'll approve of.
I have a body pillow. It's zebra striped,
That's fine.
right?
As long as
I
you got.
stole it from my wife. I thought it was the dumbest thing in the world until like I had it, and then I was like, haha, you're never getting it back.
See, the only thing is like, it's like when you got when you okay, so it's just like god damn, it's like I was like just don't do weird stuff.
Right?
Right? So like me, I have a few anime figures, right? But none of them are all
Yeah.
like almost naked.
Right? It's like everything's tasteful.
Yeah. Everything's tasteful for the most part.
From what I know.
That I understand anyway, that you have to actually like look behind my computer monitor to see like other stuff, but like that's like the only thing that I
Yeah.
have. But yeah, 9 years.
It's a long time.
9 years is a long time.
My daughter was 1 years old.
Fuck.
Yeah.
God damn. We were younger people back then.
That we were.
Fuck. Before my back injury.
Before my back
My back
injury.
injury
Ugh.
was like almost 3 years ago at this point.
Yeah.
It's like one of those things where it's like when you get the back injury, like you're never really the same ever again. That's true. That's a true statement. And it's just like
Yeah.
the thing is that like now and again you get some of the owners for the DSPs they'll walk up to me and be like, "Hey, maybe you should quit Amazon and drive for us." I was like, "Bro, I'm not gonna be able to hang, bro. You're tripping."
Right?
And they were like, "Oh, you sell yourself short." I was like, bro, like after you get a back injury, it just isn't the same. I mean, my hand's fucked up right now, so I can't really work out.
Yeah.
Yeah, cause like I'm missing like a whole fucking layer of skin on one of my fingers. And if I grip too hard, it tears that layer that's still there,
Yeah.
and it just gets all weird. And so I can't lift anything. I can't do any like I can't do any heavy pumps or anything like that. So I mean, I could do squats. But that's like really the only thing I can do because it doesn't use my hand. My squats don't use my hands. Like I could do weighted squats, but that's pretty much the only thing I could do.
Yeah. Well, so I just don't ever work out.
For me, I'm getting heavier though. That's the only thing. That's the only thing that's bothering me. Well, we do have an exercise bike at the house. I could just use.
Yeah.
I could just do that. I mean, I mean, here's the thing though. For me, I never had. I don't. I haven't been overly affected at all by the quarantine or by the pandemic.
Yeah.
I mean, I went to the hospital once, but that wasn't over COVID.
Yeah.
And then the thought of like the thought of having COVID made me barf, made me throw up.
It's just
She was because they were she was on her little rant because like they did the I was at Sutter and they were doing the one person at a time check in like
right.
at the sliding doors at the emergency room, and then she was like she got on her little radio and she was talking about COVID. And I wasn't really paying attention to everything she said, but this fucking COVID came out of her mouth, and I was like, all of a sudden my stomach started to turn.
You're just like, oh, hold
And
on.
all of a sudden I was just
Hold
like,
on.
all of a sudden like, she looked at me, she watched me get pale, and she was like, do you need to vomit? I was like, yes.
Yes. Yes, I do.
She handed me a barf bag, and I let it all out. And she was like, "You feel better?" And I was like, "Yeah." She was like, "All right, since there's no one here, let's go take a quick walk to a trash can outside."
And you're like, okay.
So we got up, and it was like, because honestly, it was I think it was one of the cooler months back then, like when I was doing that, and
Right.
it felt good to be outside. To be honest with you, it was like the middle of the night too. But anyway, yeah, I was just like, I don't know. The world really hasn't like besides all the personal problems, like the world hasn't changed for me. Like
Not
I
much.
haven't I was not like at all affected by the quarantine, by like COVID itself. Like besides the masking and the 6 foot distances thing, like I
Yeah.
wasn't affected by it. I've always been at work,
Yeah. I was out of work for a little bit there.
and they were talking about like you know, and they're talking about everything that's closing and all this other stuff, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, yeah, good luck with that. I'll be going to work on Sunday, right? It's just like because there are those talks about the quarantine again,
Yeah.
and how the president's talking about shutting down indoor dining again and gyms.
Yep. We're gonna end up going back into another lockdown. It's pretty sick.
I'll tell you what's
That's what it feels
I'll tell
like.
you what I heard. Tell you what I heard recently, and I don't think enough people are really gonna watch this video that it matters. And even if it did,
Right.
it'll probably be announced by then. Hella Disney Store locations are closing.
Really?
Yeah, so the one my mom worked at for almost 10 years in Sun Valley and Concord closed. It's
Yeah.
closing.
Okay.
Um, I think Solano's already closed. So like to the point where the Modesto location is closed. The only to the point where the only locations that like in the immediate area that I know of that are still going to be open
Yeah.
are going to be Livermore and Gilroy. So they're outlet malls,
Okay.
and they're going to funnel everybody to those fucking stores.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's going to be bad because there. I don't think it was a great strategy to use, but I heard that from my my sister, and because my mom and my sister they're both Disney Store employees. My mom's retired now, by the way. Um,
Yeah.
and my sister works at the one in She works at the Livermore outlet store, and they're talking about this is one of their strategies to try to get people to go back to the parks. I was like, I don't know if that's a good strategy, bro.
Yeah.
You're gonna make people people will drive if they really want something. Let's be honest. Um, but overall, I feel like too. I'm saying this from a perspective of a person who never really had to quarantine. Like I
Yeah.
feel like quarantine would probably be another good thing. Like let's be honest. I'm just being completely honest. It's like it's like an unavoidable timeout for some people that need to be at home
Right.
that just need to be at home because they can't be bothered to wear a mask. I was like, well then stay at home then.
Right. Then you don't need to be out here.
That's what I'm saying. I hate to be mean about it, but like, come on.
Right.
9 years, man.
Fucking 9 years. 9 years, almost two of it spent indoors. It's fucking
uh,
crazy.
9 years.
Oh,
Fucking 9 years, bro. I'll tell you what though. 9 years and 9 years, 60 was it 67 episodes of cast later.
right.
Tell me why though. Like, I don't remember if I ever told you that we were short one cast episode. That I thought I lost it or it got deleted.
Right.
So when I went through and I was putting them all in the playlist, I was like, this is back when I think there was still 59 or 60 or one of those two, because I think I did 61. No, 62 is when I we stopped doing them for a while. I think it was like a year. And
Yeah.
then I did that one with Devarier about the Pixar movie ranking, and I told him that like there's straight up a video missing from here. And he's like, "Which one is it?"
Interesting.
He was like, "Which one is it?" I was like, "I don't know, but no, I know what episode. I remember what episode it was. I think it was episode 38 because it went 35, 36, 37, 39. I was like, "Wait a fucking minute."
Where is it? I remember you found it though.
I did it. You know, I found it. I found it in the live tab. We had done it live stream
Ah. Oh.
because there is now it doesn't mix in with each other now. So now there's a post tab, there's the regular video tab, and then there's the live tab.
Yeah.
So I went into the live tab. I was like, wait a minute. I went into the live tab and I typed in MGT cast and boom, there it was. And I was like, holy shit, 9 years.
That's crazy.
9 years, man.
Fucking 9 years.
When did we start doing cast? We started doing cast May 20th, 2015. 2015. 9 years.
Damn.
You know what's funny? Going back through the going back through the content list, just the uploads
Yeah.
list. There's a lot of shit in here. I did videos for like fucking one time.
Right.
Like, let me see if I can find it. Like there was those one offs that I was okay with, right? Say
Yeah.
like versus stuff, right? Like that could be a one off because that's overall just competition.
Yeah.
Let's see. I know I saw it when I was looking through the because there were some that I made a point to finish, right?
Yeah.
Like Bloodborne, where I stopped doing that one for a while,
Yeah.
and then I did it twice. Once by myself and then once with you. I remember there was this girl.
Bloodborne
There was
is
this
good
girl
though.
this is girl I used to work with. She was a gamer too, and
Yeah.
she gave me the most sick look. Like I I actually didn't want to. There's three trophies for game completion, right? You
Yeah.
know, you get the certain endings. I was like, I got the ending. I accidentally picked the ending I didn't want, so I played the game over again to get the ending I wanted. She looked at me like I was fucking crazy.
It's like what? Of
I did it.
course. Of course you want to get the end.
I did it based off of principle.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, I didn't want this ending.
Yeah. You're like, I
Man,
wanted to do the cool guy stuff.
yeah, I want to do cool guy stuff.
Right? Like there's nothing wrong with doing cool guy stuff.
Definitely not.
Sometimes it's just what you gotta do.
Like, Salt and
There's,
Sanctuary was one of those games.
yeah.
Like, I did one video.
Mm-hmm.
Salt and Sanctuary. I know there was more than one.
Ooh.
It's all over this motherfucker.
What's your favorite game that you've played on MGT Cast over these past 9 years?
Ooh, most favorite game on here
Yeah.
that I played.
Favoriteest game.
My favoriteest game I played on Cast, MGT Gaming, Masterpiece
Yeah.
Gaming Theater.
Masterpiece Gaming Theater.
Might have to be Monster
Um.
Hunter.
Yeah.
Might have to be Monster Hunter.
Any specific one or just Monster Hunter in general?
Probably just Monster Hunter in general because I the only thing I've really done up to this point, I think I've only posted so oh yeah, cuz we did World Rise and then I'm doing fucking videos for stories too.
Yeah,
So basically Monster Hunter in general because it's I think it's that and probably Divinity because we did have
yeah,
a lot of fun with that.
yeah. Divinity was good. I'm gonna have to say my favorite is still just the fucking Dark Souls series.
Oh, when we were doing Dark Souls, yeah, that was fun
Yeah,
too. The Soulsborne series stuff.
yeah,
That was another game that on here is like fucking Daemon X Machina. I've been looking at that on Steam right now, like to fucking play it to start playing that again because I only like I posted like two things for it.
yeah,
And, you know, and at the end of everything, I'm always I'll see you in the next one. What does that mean? I have to finish Valkyria Chronicles 4. I have to finish fucking. I have to honestly. I have to finish like all like. I initially planned on playing all of the Valkyria Chronicles games on and posting them on here.
yeah,
I'm like halfway through one. Uh, two I might just have to download an emulator. I do have the game on my PSP, but like I don't have anything to I don't have anything to really pull my PSP footage off of PSP. So I'm going to use an emulator,
yeah.
which I do have. Don't tell the government.
Don't tell the
I own the
government.
game, so it's fine. Fuck you. Fuck the government. I own the game. So, um, Valkyria Chronicles 1, I'm like halfway through on the channel. I think I'm just over halfway on Valkyria Chronicles 4. Valkyria Chronicles 2, I do want to play on the channel, except it's like PSP, so I have to do some I have to do something a little bit more different with that one.
Yeah,
Um, um, Nier Automata I have to finish because that game is longer than 8 hours and it's split into three
yeah,
parts. I do like Nier Automata a lot. Honestly, what gave me the most perspective of all the games that I played on here is probably Demon Souls because Demon's Souls,
Demons,
apostrophe,
souls.
apostrophe s, um, is that that game penalized you so much, like
Yeah,
positively penalized you so much for even considering playing with another person. Like
right,
I've never been tested to play that kind of game by myself, like without any real help.
right,
I guess that put everything in perspective for me. That it's like I just need to I just need to take things head first. I just need to jump in head first. I think it'll be all right.
right. Do that.
I mean, even then they like fucking doing new things. I keep forgetting that I even completely did Dark Souls 2 at one point by myself.
Yeah,
Although I didn't do it in the same fashion I did Demon's Souls, um but yeah, I actually started doing fucking and I go look at it while I was doing Nier Automata. I was doing Call of Duty World War I campaign, and I only posted two
yeah,
episodes for that. I remember we did. See, the only thing is like me and my brothers did do a thing that was basically like you know. Oh yeah, I did name it MGT Battles. It's just for the some of the ones that like the Mario Kart ones that I posted. I didn't name
yeah,
it that. Probably should have. Um, doing it week to week. Mario Kart, Super Smash Brothers, WWE 2K17.
right.
Helldivers is a cool game. Every time I see Payday, I have this urge to play it, even though I don't want to. But Payday's so much fun though. Um,
Yeah.
like goddamn, bro, 9 years.
It's that's a long time.
9 years. 9 years, 950 videos. It's probably actually more.
Right.
Like, the production values aren't the greatest, but they're like, I'm content because they look good enough to me.
Right.
It's because it's like the thing is like I'm either going to record, post. It's probably because I don't feel like I need all that extra stuff. Because like people pump extra stuff into videos.
Yeah.
I mean, I would think I would only do that if like at the end of the day, if we had enough like subscriber support to do so, I would do it.
Yeah.
What is this?
But that's it's a lot of support.
That's got to be a lot of support.
Yeah.
Would you want an Elder Scrolls movie? Uh,
Would I the Scrolls movie?
Speaking of Elder Scrolls, did you did you see that they're releasing a 10th year anniversary Skyrim? A new
Anniversary
a
Skyrim.
new port
A new port.
for PS5 and Xbox Series X and S.
Why?
with
Why?
with everything intact. No, with all the glitches. Why? Because I keep forgetting the fucking guy's name. The guy you always see on Bethesda.
Todd Howard.
Todd Howard. Yeah, because Todd Howard.
Makes sense.
Our man Todd Howard. Hey, speaking of Todd Howard, did you know that in Morrowind's code for the original Xbox,
Yeah.
during certain really long loading screens, it actually soft resets your Xbox.
Really?
Yeah, Todd Howard was in an interview with like right before, right as or right before Microsoft bought Bethesda.
Yeah.
They were doing the Xbox people and the Bethesda people, they were doing like this get together in this chat, and he mentioned that Morrowind did that.
Oh.
And actually one of the YouTubers I subscribe to, they actually went in to check to see if that actually happens,
Yeah.
and it does.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah. Actually, if I can recommend a channel, is Modern Vintage Gamer.
Modern vintage gamer.
I posted a video in Discord about something he did. It was that one about the impossible port for Resident Evil 2.
Yeah, on like was it a 64 card or some
It
shit
was
like that?
64 megabytes, megabyte cartridge to fit
Okay.
2 discs, which is both Claire and Leon's story, which totaled about just over a gigabyte of data,
Right.
and they compressed it to 64 megabytes. Because he talks about that, he talks about the homebrew stuff,
Yeah.
the modding stuff. And he's also a developer, like he also is in a development studio, and he helps like develop games and stuff. And actually, I referred to him when I homebrewed my 3DS.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I'm running out of time now, so I might have to
Oh
call it
no.
here. I might have to call it here.
All right, guys. 9 years.
9 years, bud.
9 years.
9 years.
That's a lot of years.
9 years of running, and we'll see everyone back here again on year 10.
Oh yeah.
If you haven't already, please subscribe, like, and comment on the video. My even though my you hear that, even though my phone has a call blocker, my watch rings anyway. What's
My
the
watch
point?
rings anyways.
This is
Is there
Rice.
not a is there a watch ring blocker and ghost?
This is Masterpiece Gaming Theater MGT Cast. 9 years, 950 videos later. We'll see you on year 10.
Later.
Peace.